What's up, guys? In this episode, I get to talk about the Mesa Badlander because I just finished using it. Stay tuned. What is up, you guys? It's your boy Luis Torres, and thank you for checking out another episode of Drive By with Luis Torres. Come on, big guy. This guy's killing me right now. Now I have to wait here. Anyway, so I just left my local guitar shop because they had a Mesa Badlander, and you know, whenever I'm serious about getting a piece of gear, I'll usually bring one of my ESPs, and my favorite of all of them is actually two. It's either it's a weekly thing depending on how I feel. It's either my 1993 ESP M2 Custom with EMGs that are powered with a 24-volt boost. The other is my 1991 ESP M2 Custom with the Seymour Duncan Nazgul in the bridge. So I bring my ESP 91 with the Nazgul. I just figure that is just going to feel good for the day. So with that, you know, everyone's entire take on the Badlander is that it is the best Mesa rectifier version that they have ever made. Some not so much. But here's the one thing. I have a Mesa Stiletto, first version. I have a Mesa dual rectifier and a Mesa triple rectifier. Absolutely love them. They're brutal amps. I just boosted and done. But everyone has been saying that the Badlander, just guitar into the head, that's all you need. More than enough gain on tap. Super disappointed. I don't know what the hell everyone's talking about. Aside from, I'm sure it would sound better if I had boosted it, but that's not the life that I'm going for. I'm going for a chugfest guitar right into amp, especially if everyone under the sun has been saying or making claims that it's absolutely incredible, just plug straight in. It just is absolutely incredible. You can hear all of your every note is separated. It has more high end than low end. I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. I just used that amp for maybe 20 minutes because, I didn't want to be the guy that's in there for an hour trying an amp. For the most part, I can tell you within 5 minutes if I'm going to like an amp. So I walk in with my ESP, and of course I know everyone. I'm like, what's up, Tom, who's one of the owners? What's up, Mike, who's been there for years? So I go over the list. I'm like, hey, I'm going to go grab one of the rooms, and I'm going to test out the Badlander. So they're like, okay. And I've been there so many times that they're not like, we'll get it for you. They're just like, you got it? I'm like, got it. So I go into one of the rooms. There is a Randall 412 cabinet in there, which has Celestion 7080s. I have that same cabinet, and I know what it sounds like. So I knew, okay, that'll do. Or at least it'll be in the ballpark, you know what I mean? So without having to lug in one of the other cabinets that they have at the ready. So I'm like, all right. So I go out, I grab the room. I open my guitar case. So if someone walks by, they're like, someone's already got this room. I go over to the front. I grab the Badlander, bring it in. It's a Badlander 50 watt. So it's multi-watt, 20 watt, 50 watt version. So I plug it in. I let it warm up. I switch between the crush mode, the clean mode, and I forgot what the other one is whatever, but there's a 3-way toggle. I checked out the 3, used the crush, had the gain at 4 o'clock. Dude, that's way more gain than I usually use, but whatever. So I'm at about 4 o'clock, 4.5. Used my usual settings and didn't like it, which is weird because I consider myself a Mesa guy. So then I adjust the EQ, still can't find it. Long story short, I kept trying to find my sound, never found it. So is it worth? And this one's 2000, right? This one they have on there as $19.99. I don't think it's worth $19.99. If you're looking for an amp that you can plug directly in and legitimately get a better tone than the Badlander and save yourself literally hundreds of dollars, as someone that considers himself a Mesa guy, who has several, who's played several other kinds, who just tried the Badlander for 20 minutes and owns several PV and EVHs, you're legit better off using the EVH Stealth 50 watt. Bro, there's absolutely no reason, zero reason, that if you like heavy metal, like playing heavy, like, not to say you're going to want to dime the gain, but noon to 3 o'clock and have tons of gain on tap, seriously, all day long, the EVH Stealth. EVH Stealth, I bought mine used for $900 with 50 shipping. They sell for, $12.99 now? Bro, seriously, stop listening to all these guys who are like, the Badlander is the best. Listen, it may be the best for them, and God bless them. I think that's awesome. Maybe that's just the sound that they're going for. I have a number of amps. Other guys that have reviewed the Badlander also have a ton of amps. They're great musicians, great guitarists. Some guys have just as many amps as I do, but don't have the cheap Jet Cities. Sometimes those are replaced by a Mesa, what is it? What's the Road? The Roadster? Roadster, right? Those are $2,500, $3,000 amps. So there are guys that literally will tell you that they absolutely love it, regardless of whether it's boosted or not boosted. I didn't use a boost. I also didn't think that amp came anything close to my dual rectifier or triple rectifier plugging straight through. I think the dual and the triple has more gain, sounds more like a monster than the Badlander. And I paid $600 for my 650 for my dual rectifier, $750 for my triple rectifier. So if you're patient and you want something that I feel is better than the Badlander, you can go with the dual rectifier, triple rectifier, hit it up with a boost, and you're at a different level of the game than the Badlander could ever be. All I can go by is my own personal experience, owning several Mesa rectifiers, having had a number of different Mesa rectifiers, owning several amps like my Bogner Uberschall, my EVH 5150s, my PV 5150s and 6505s. I feel like I can kind of listen. I'm not a great guitarist by any means. I'll right out of the gate, I'll never say that I'm ever good. That being said, I feel like I at least know what a good tone is going to sound like when you want to play heavy. Okay? And the Badlander, now I know why people have bought it and have returned it. Because you know what? If I had gotten it today, that thing would have been back at the shop tomorrow. Without question, legit. De verdad, without question, that's how it would be. Sorry about that, guys. I'm literally, I just ordered pizza and was just waiting to finish my video so then I can call in the order, and someone just came out and they're like, hey, what's up? What do you want? What are you here for? So yeah, just to backtrack, there are definitely amps that are better, without question, that are better than the Badlander. So, and I'll never discredit the fact that other guys love the Badlander. Just like anything, dude, there are guys that hate the EVH Stealth. There are guys that, like me, that hate the Badlander. And there are guys that hate the Bogner Uberschall. Everyone has their own take, their own taste in general with what their ears hear and what they like, and the speakers that they use in their cabinets, and more importantly, the tone that they want to best represent them. To me, it's just not the Badlander. It doesn't have as much gain. Everyone says that it has such a high end. It's heavier on the high end. I didn't notice that, and I literally dimed out the treble. I cut back the mid range to about noon, and then the bass I took that back to noon also. And I'm like, what's everyone talking about? I don't know. Wasn't feeling it. And again, it was the 50 watt version. Maybe the 100 watt has a little more headroom, and that's going to naturally sound different. But that being said, I own a number of 50 watt amps. I own several multi-watt amps that are 150 watt splits. And I just don't hear it with the Badlander. So if you have it in your mind that you need the Badlander, before you buy it, go try it before you waste your money or waste your time getting it and then having to ship it back, because that's a big headache in general. So yeah, your boy Lou is hooking you up. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't, jerk face. Have a great weekend because it's Friday, and as usual, I'll talk to you guys soon.